Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in, whether you're on Facebook, Spotify, or YouTube. I just want to take a moment to thank you for watching this interview. This is interview number 15, however you want to look at it. And here's how I do things. I don't really do notes, I don't really do scripts, I don't really do prompters, anything like that. I've got a couple notes here to cover. I'm going to kind of do a pre-interview little chat here, but this is interview number 15, depending on how you want to look at it. I've had a couple of little runs here and there where I thought I was going to do something and never really followed through too much, but been doing, steady, doing okay, I guess. Over the last couple of months. But anyway, we'll get to talking about what you guys are here to listen to and to watch. So, interview number 15, interview number 15. Interview number 15, I got to interview my really good friend, Cyprian Bassue. He was a year younger than me in school. We got to become buddies because we were both in band, into music, stuff like that. We were into the media stuff, like you'll hear in the interview. We both went to college for very similar things. And man, yeah, he just I guess because we were just the two coolest dudes in Phil Kinley High School, that's why we were such good buddies. Which, you think being really cool like that, we'd be rivals, but I guess that's just never how it was. So really, what do I want to talk about here? Well, number one, we talk about a lot of people in this interview. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about running a restaurant and some of our experiences. There's a couple of people I'd like to dedicate this interview to. So number one, and the person who I knew the best that we talked about in the interview would be Tyler Collins, and I hope it's appropriate for me to dedicate this interview to him. But he, Tyler was such a good guy. I knew him for a lot of years. It's ironic the things you remember about people. I know he was in band and I saw him around and stuff like that. But what I remember about the guy is he could sing. Number one. Number two, I remember he could sing. Number one, I remembered the guy was always happy. He was always smiling. And he could always make somebody else smile. No matter who you were, that guy could make almost anybody smile. Anytime I saw him in middle school or high school, that guy was in a good mood or putting other people in a good mood. And the second thing was crazy. This guy could sing. I would have never guessed that he could sing. I don't know why I would have never guessed, but man, this guy, he could sing great. Just a great voice. And I remember, seeing some stuff on Facebook towards the end where he was singing, to kind of get through some of the trouble he was having. And the reason, I kind of wanted to dedicate this to him, was it was kind of a big deal to me to see, a few years ago when it was Nanny's Soul Food, JJ and, Sip and Nanny and all their family decided to raise some money. All proceeds were going to Tyler and his treatment, which kind of, I don't know what the right word is, but it kind of sparked, that thing to me where I remembered, also, Noah Etchison got in a car wreck. I believe that's his last name. Hopefully I didn't name drop him wrong. Hopefully that's okay that I did too. Got in a car wreck and Nanny's raised some money for him to help him out with those bills, and he had to miss graduation and everything. There's a young lady who was killed in a car wreck, and I don't know all the details, but I know Nanny's helped something with that. Whether that was monetary donation or come and buy some food and we'll give it. And then also I had a family friend who had passed away. His name was Jacob Morse in a four-wheeler accident. And a car show was held, and I want to tell a story about Sip and the whole crew at Nanny's, because of course it's not known, it's not been publicized, but so Jacob Morse died in a four-wheeler accident. DJ Morse, Jacob's dad, longtime car salesman, known definitely regionally. He's definitely regionally known, and if in this area, if Southeast Kansas, Northeast Oklahoma, if he didn't sell you a car, somebody probably bought one from him. But him and his wife Kelly put on a car show that was going to raise money for a scholarship in name of Jacob. So while they were planning all this, they hit up some restaurants and some trucks and this and that and said, hey, we'd like for you to be here so we have some food for the spectators and everything like that. And one of the places they hit up was Nanny's. Well, unfortunately, Nanny's, or maybe it is fortunately, I wouldn't be telling the story, but Nanny's could not be there. And they said, hey, we're sorry we can't be there. But you know what we'd like to do? We'd like to donate some food. I think they're in Kansas City or something like that, but we'd like to donate some food if you'd let us. And, of course, DJ and Kelly are like, sure, anything will help, right? So I remember I helped with the car show. It was a long day. I didn't end up going out to DJ and Kelly's house, but what DJ and Kelly told me a couple weeks later was later in the evening, they had a bunch of people at the house. They're starting to think, holy smokes, what are we going to do to feed these people? And I guess they had completely forgot, that Sip had promised them he was going to donate some food. And they said about the time they're debating, well, do we call Pizza Hut? What are we going to do here? This little blue Chevy pulled into their driveway, and Sip hopped out, and he had all kinds of pulled pork, brisket, and everything in between, and he kind of saved the evening definitely for DJ and Kelly. And, that's just a good example of what, anytime you go to Nanny's by yourself with your family, you're taking your time out of your day to go see them, that's what you're supporting. You're supporting good people that want to help others. So with that, another person we want to hit up, that's not the right term, to recognize would be Marty Smith of the Deering Fire Department, because when I talked to JJ, Marty kind of let JJ and Shorty know that the place was even for sale. And Marty passed away not that long ago, but we'd like to give him some recognition. And in fact, what I'd like to do is all the people who I've mentioned throughout here who have been hurt or passed away or whatnot, I would like to dedicate this interview to all of them. So what can you look forward to here in this interview? Well, one thing we talked about was what can you learn from serving others, specifically at a restaurant? And something Sip kind of told me was, well, you can learn how to control and conquer your own emotions. He's told me you have the opportunity to take the steps necessary to conquer yourself and become self-aware, which is very interesting. And you'll find out that Sip, for as young as he is, this guy has got to be one of the most insightful and self-aware people I know, period. And something he said too, and what does it kind of boil down to? Well, you can't be mad and hospitable at the same time. And, kind of what I'm talking about there is Sip was saying and this was kind of after the interview, so I'm giving you guys some inside scoop that you weren't going to get to see or hear, but Sip said, what the heck do I do when I'm getting a little funky? How do I reset? Because my funkiness is going to rub off on the customers or the way I prepare their food in a bad way. And if you get bad food, you're going to be in a bad mood. And that is a Sip quote 100%. I don't want to try to take that at all. And quite frankly, what does this restaurant kind of show us? Well, it shows us that the instances of people embracing one another goes on a lot more than we think. You just have to know where to look. We talk about in the interview, a wide variety of different people are coming in and out of this restaurant every day that they're open, and everybody gets along in harmony. It's kind of a breath of fresh air, to be quite honest with you. And one thing I'd like to say right before we start, and this is something Sip told me after the camera stopped rolling, and man, I wish I feel like the interview started off kind of slow, but me and him haven't seen each other in a while where we've actually been able to have a conversation. But something he said that people should always remember There is value from you just simply existing. I'll say that again. He said, there is value from you just simply existing. He said people don't realize that enough. So I wanted to make sure I got that quote out there that he said it. Last thing I'm going to say, and we're going to get to this interview, is be grateful. Don't get too big for the small stuff, and never underestimate the power of a good meal. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview with myself, Tanner Glenn, and the legendary, the man, the myth, the legend, Cyprian Bassue. Thank you. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
All right, it's going to be fun. So,
Oh, yeah.
I'm Tanner Glenn here with my good friend, Sip Bassue. We're at Nanny's Daring Drive-In.
Yes, sir.
So they sell, cook, make everything in between hamburgers, fish, wings, and then you got kind of your subsidiary. I don't know the right word for it now, but you got a food trailer.
Yes, sir.
So
yes.
Wings on Wheels. So yeah, I just kind of want to talk to you a little bit about the stuff you offer, kind of stuff like that. So
hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you. I'm proud of you, man. I like it.
Thank you.
It's a good setup. Everything's good. I remember when we went to school together, and we both went to school to do this. So it's good to see you following through with it, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. So, but yeah, this isn't the first time I've interviewed you either.
It isn't.
We did a few years ago. Yeah, we
did in Zach's class, actually.
Yep,
we did another interview. That's good.
So it's pretty fun. So
it was.
But yeah, so tell me a little bit about Nanny's. So kind of what kind of food you guys have here, and
we sell hamburgers, old fashioned burgers, French fries, mushrooms, onion rings, pulled pork, steak sandwiches, chicken fried steak sandwiches. That is, pork tenderloins. Just that old fashioned food, Back in the day, that's what they had. Apparently, that's what they tell us. I'm too young to know, so. That's what they say that was here. So we just kept it simple and just included with our grandma. She used to feed us hamburgers, and they was pretty good to us. We just decided to feed the public with them.
So I was going to ask her. So what kind of started Nanny's? How did it all begin?
Man, this is first of all, Nanny is my grandmother. First of all, our grandmother, me and JJ. She's cooked. Her nickname is Cookie. So it's kind of, I don't know what's the word. Is it oxymoron or whatever it is?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
She's been cooking her whole life. She got a bunch of brothers and sisters. She cooked for them. She worked at the Early Learning Center, which what we call the Head Start. She worked there for probably 30 plus years. So she's always been cooking, and she fed us well, if you can't tell. So we always just thought that people like what we eat. You know what I mean? And one day my uncle, he bought the food trailer and jumped on it when we was in high school, and it never looked back since. His son came right behind him and bought this beautiful restaurant, and now we just work as a family and keep everybody happy and fed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, give good food to the community.
Yes,
Why keep it a secret, right?
Yes,
I remember, we were talking about this a little bit before we started rolling the cameras, but we went to a tailgate when we were both at Caulfield Community College, and I remember,
right.
I remembered your family was tailgating out there,
yes, sir.
And you said, "Hey man, come over and get some food and all that." I was like, no, I'm all right. I don't need to get anything, right?
Yes,
and you kind of talked me into it. And I was like, dang, this is pretty good food. So when you guys opened up the food trailer, I was like, oh, that's interesting because all grandma's recipes, And
yes, sir. So the soul food, for real. That was a soul food truck. That's what they called it. Nanny soul food. They had fried chicken and the steaks and the greens, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese. They had all of it. Yeah, so what you got at that tailgate was very much the authentic Nanny's.
Right, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and just talking to JJ here and there, he'd said that it's like a long line in your guys' family of people who like to cook. So.
Yes, sir. It goes back way before me, before him, our mothers and fathers, they mothers and fathers. We talk about great, So it's a blessing to be able to know who they are, first of all, and continue to, hold up the family heritage and just feeding people and making sure people are treated well, good hospitality, man. That's what we go for. I don't want to give you nothing I wouldn't accept, you know?
For sure, yeah. So you're right here in the middle of Deering, Deering, Kansas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
been in this building's been here a long time. You guys been here a few years. So
Yeah, going on 4. I think we're going on 4 years now. Thank God for that. It's a blessing for sure.
So what's a community like, Deering?
Love them, man. And it's sad to say that we've lost some great people, We lost Mr. Marty, and we just recently lost, I called him my neighbor. That's what he called us. He said, y'all my neighbors. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head, and that bothers me. But the way that they embraced us, the way that they allowed us to, just step right in, and they didn't cause no problems. They embraced us. They supported us. The church across the street, they support us well. It's just been nothing short of a blessing, man. We thank God every day for it. It's just couldn't ask for a better place to be. Honestly, it's great. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And so, in turn, you guys have been supported, but you guys also support lots of stuff in the community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like you said, we was talking about when you first came in, Mr. Jake, the jamboree for Mr. What's his name?
Jake Morse. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Morse. And that was a great turnout. They loved the food and they called us back, so we're gonna do one again this year. We actually got to go to the high school football game for the first time. We took the trailer out there and we did pretty good. It's just growing, man. The restaurant alone, a lot of people call and they want caterings and stuff like that. So we try to, now that we're doing the business delivery, it's going very, very well. Sectam, let's see, CVR, Brown shoe furniture. No, not shoe furniture. Brown shoe store. Haymakers Furniture. That's what I was trying to get out. Like I said, the church, the fire department, the police department. It's a blessing, man. Everybody supports well, and they come hungry and leave happy.
Right.
That's
How
the
it
main
should
thing.
be. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So so in addition to you can come here to the restaurant in Deering, but you guys also deliver, and then you do catering.
Businesses. Yeah, we try to do businesses because it's high volume here, So we try to just do businesses that way. That lunch hour is hard to get away. You only got 30 minutes to an hour, and by the time you get all the way out here, you ain't got no time to do nothing else. So make sure you get you some food or whatever. Caterings for sure. Yeah, we try not to do heavy caterings unless it's enough time in advance.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely, if that's something that people want to do, we can make something happen. The food trailer, that was before this. So, that's what started it. That's what kept us going, and that's what got us here. So we just never neglected that. You know what I'm saying? We always keep that in the forefront and make sure that we stick with the people that support us. So Coffeeville, Deering now. We have customers and independents that come here and eat with us. Cherryville, yesterday we had a guy come from Paola.
Dang, a couple hours.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing, man. The stories that I hear about people that were, when they was kids, they used to live here and they hated that they don't get to have this kind of thing anymore where they're at now in Paola and places like that. They don't have this. So for them to come back and it's still here and it's good and they love it, even though we don't have ice cream, they still support us. So
it's not bad. If you had ice cream, you would be so busy that you couldn't even handle it. Yeah. It would be,
Somebody, hey, like I say, somebody want to come do that, we come talk to us. We'll figure something out. But me personally, I ain't doing that.
I understand. Yeah. So the food, so the hours here, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. There's Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 2. Is that right? Okay, right here in Deering.
Yes, sir.
The food truck, what's its hours and where's it at?
Tuesday through Friday. I'm behind the Daylight Donuts on that street behind Community National. Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 10.
8 to 10. Okay.
Sometimes 7 to 9, but 8 to 10. Yes, sir. Usually I deliver there too, just because people don't have to wait. Yeah. People don't like pulling up and waiting. So if you place your pre-order, I usually post it on Facebook and you can get it. Just post it, let me know whenever you want it. Wings on Wheels, that's the name of it. Pretty simple. It's my phone number. Yeah,
so glad you brought that up. So you got 2 Facebook pages. You got the Wings on Wheels for the food truck.
Yeah. JJ runs the Nanny's one, and I run the Wings on Wheels one. And we do a great job of supporting each other. I'm grateful for my little cousin, man. It's more like my brother, you know what I mean? But it can go. I could go on and on and on and on. But he's always been a great right hand man and a great person to learn from. That is, he's a young go getter, man, and I'm proud of him. And I'm very grateful that I get to work hand in hand with my family. Like, I've worked a lot of different scenarios. I've only worked three other places, but you do customer service, working with people, you know, if you can work with anybody, working with your family's probably what's the most tolerable, like that. Because
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So yeah, I want to touch on that too. So you said Nanny works here, right?
We try not to work her too hard.
When she feels like
yes.
So when Grandma wants to, she comes in and works.
Yes,
and
sir.
then JJ told me your uncle works here, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you and JJ are cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, sir.
So it's a family deal.
It's a family deal, man, and it's a blessing because number one, it's not that often you get to see people work with their family and it be successful, and there's no middleman. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's able to put in something that's very valuable. Like my grandmother, she took the time to show us what she was doing. You see what I'm saying? Like, she was cooking for years and not really getting the profit off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just for the love of it.
Just for the love of cooking and feeding people and seeing people happy. You know what I'm saying? So at this point in our life, it was only right, that we make sure that she get to see the fruits of her labor. And that's just what I take pride in every day, getting to work with my little cousin and show her that she raised two respectable young men. You feel what I'm saying? Along with her son and daughter, which is how we're cousins. My mother and JJ's dad is brother and sister. So people be like, y'all brothers? Yeah, you might as well say that. We grew up together. And that'll never change, wherever life takes us, inseparable. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a blessing. Like I say, you can get all into the details, but it's just a blessing to see that, God blessed us with something and we can continue to move forward and help the community.
Yeah. So I guess another thing we'll talk about, included, like, kind of in your faith, you're talking about, God's blessed you, everything like that. So I know that Tyler Collins, our our friend,
boy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so he was our good friend for, years and years. So you guys did a fundraiser for him back in the day whenever he had cancer.
Yes, sir.
And his dad is the preacher at the church you guys go
to.
Grandpa.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Grandpa.
Yes, sir. His dad goes to church too. Yes, Brother Marcus. Yes, but no, his grandpa is the actual pastor. Elder Melvin James Simpson, the superintendent, actually. But he's Tyler was a great soul, man, and he always kept a smile on his face, could put a smile on your face. Great person, man, and another thing, just to show you how gracious God is. We was his age. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that could have been us. For us to see the other side of that and know that he went on to be with the Lord. It's just another reason that you come and you do what you do to see the people that you love and that you really care about. Who knows what life could have done if we wouldn't have got this restaurant? We would not be sitting here right now.
That's true. We would not be doing an interview. Yeah,
none of that.
We would not.
So that's the main thing. The church has been the corner, like the nucleus for the family. You feel what I'm saying? That's where it all started. Like I said, the lineage. My great grandmother, on both sides, they ran the kitchen at the church. They made everything, literally, breakfast, lunch, dinner. They served and they fed people for years and years, and that's where my grandpa, he brought us into church, and we got to clean up, learn how to use sanitary, learn how to mop, sweep, clean the walls, clean the baseboards, clean the floor, everything. It should look like a new building when you get done. So just learning those skills that are an anomaly a lot of places nowadays. Kids our age don't really know how to do a lot of this stuff.
For sure, yeah.
And you can tell when you go out in public and you go to different places, and it makes you grateful for how you raised and who you come up around.
Yeah. So yeah, what other stuff? What would you say has been the biggest lesson you've learned so far in the restaurant business?
That's a great question. Are
there a couple?
It's so many different things because as far as the food goes, people gonna eat every day, and the product sells itself. You know, if you do your due diligence and you really care about what you're selling, people will support you. You know what I'm saying? And people buy from people that they like. Simple as that. Because people drive past Sonic, McDonald's, Arby's, Brahms, and come all the way out here to support us. We can be nothing but grateful. So learning that, you know, Coffeeville and Deering and Independence aren't as small as people think that they are. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people with a lot of interesting stories that come through here. And to be a part of history, like it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I think all the time this will be in a movie one day. So I make sure I show gratitude at every chance I get, and I soak the moment up, and I try to stay as present as I can. You know, when I get time to reflect, I do. I ain't gonna lie, I do reflect sometime, but learning it's a everyday, every moment. Like right now, like did not think I'd be doing this.
Right.
So I'm learning that when God take you through these different phases in your life, you got to just stay grateful and stay present and learn as you go. That's it.
That's just the message. Keep learning.
Just learn as
and
you
be
go.
grateful.
Be grateful. Stay grateful. Always show gratitude. Without that, you selfish. This don't belong to you. It can be taken at any moment. A lot of times we don't think like that. And so we get caught up in it, and you like, oh, you get mad, you get upset, you know, because it's life. You're dealing with people, and you're dealing with people emotional too. Like this is kind of like dealing with people's money. Like people are hungry, they not emotionally stable. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know how you get when you get hungry.
Oh, for
and
sure.
You know what you want to eat, and you can't get it.
Yeah,
that's a different kind of anger.
Absolutely, I know what
yeah.
you're saying exactly.
Well, you know you want a steak and you can't get one. That kind of make you feel some type of way, don't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And when you in a rush and people aren't being considerate to you being in a rush, you know what I'm saying? All that goes, so it shows you, and it makes you grateful for how you treat people. Like, okay, cool, I had a good waitress. I'm gonna make sure that I reciprocate that energy to her or him and anywhere else I go, because customer service is it's a hard job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's an effect. Like you're saying, they buy from people they like, so if they come here, have a good experience, then they're going to come back.
Right, and it's not about the money once you get to that. Once you get to the root of the problem, and you figure out that they're hungry and they like the fact that you want to feed them, the money gonna come. You're solving a problem. So it's like I said, it's a blessing, man. I don't never get too big for the small stuff. You know, I try to not get too big for the small stuff and just sit around and look at this and be like, the people that taught us this, that should be here, they'll never be able to see it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get a lot of joy in knowing that we doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? We stay in the course and we focusing on what kept us this far. You know, just helping people, man, feeding people. It's a art to this, and it's a blessing.
Well, it's crazy because now I'm thinking of different stuff now that we're talking, but we don't ever think of how much food brings us together. Like you're saying, your whole family has been centered around.
Yes, sir.
And you have meals, Thanksgiving,
yes,
anything,
sir.
or just big meals, right?
Yes, sir.
You know?
Every day, every day. There's not a day that goes by that we don't come together and make sure we sit down and eat at the table. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of this was to bring people together that didn't know that they wanted to be together. That when they get together, they leave with a stronger connection. You know, I've seen people really make connections in here.
Right.
Eating.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a personal environment, so you don't have to holler and scream. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to talk over loud dishes and all that like you would be at a big restaurant. You can have a personal conversation and really meet somebody that you really might need. Like the other day, this guy came in and he needed a welder. Happened to be one sitting at the table. He mentioned it up there. He was like, "Oh, I see this welder card, in the window." Comes inside to get his food. And he's like, "I'm gonna call this welder." It's a guy sitting right here. He was like, "Hey, I'm a welder."
Uh-huh.
So
it's a connection.
That's the blessing. To know that I helped him. We helped him. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where the lesson is, because you don't get to see that every day.
Right, it's probably not going to happen like a fast food restaurant where we're trying to get in and out quick, and there's lots of people and volume.
It's no personal connection with nothing and nobody. We got time here. You feel what I'm saying? Calm down and get your food, eat, get full, then go back to the rush.
This is a time where you can, like, man, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to put it in words now.
Yeah.
You got me thinking a whole bunch of different ways. But this place you can come in and be like, just chill out.
Yeah, relax.
Let's have a meal.
Let's eat.
And then,
let's forget about everything that we had going on when we walked in here. We finna eat right quick. We at Nanny's. We finna eat.
Yeah.
Then we finna go back and do what we was doing. When we come here, we know we're going to get a good meal. We're going to get treated well. And we're going to be very, 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 very full. You might even get sleepy.
Yeah,
you might get sleepy. I ain't going to promise you, but you might get sleepy.
It's a possibility, yeah.
It's a possibility, man.
But no, I'll tell you one thing is, it'd been a while since I'd been here, and I came here on a Friday and got some of your fish Friday.
Yes, sir.
I was like, golly. I took it back home. I came and got pick up and went. I was like, golly, this is good. Next Friday, where'd I come? Came back to Nanny's.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So,
and that's what I get joy from, because I went to school with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's people we ain't gonna never see again, bro. It's people that you had great, very close connections with, and you ain't gonna never see them people again. The fact that I can sell something or provide something to you that keeps us in contact, we never know when we might need each other.
That's true.
Not necessarily for nothing special. Just, man, I want to do an interview. Cool, let's do it. We never know what might happen. That's the blessing. That's what I enjoy.
And run the restaurant, I mean, you're going to meet people that you're not going to meet otherwise. Like you're just saying, you need a welder. Welder just so happens to be here.
Everybody hungry.
Yep.
I don't care what you do.
Yep.
I don't care what profession you in. You gonna eat. Unless you just a vegetable. But, that's not. Everybody got to eat. So
we could really go into a deep philosophical thing about this. Like, it don't matter who you are, like you're saying, everybody's got to eat.
But let's talk about it, because everybody has to eat, Tanner. And that is such it is a spiritual thing, because we got to be mindful of what we put in our bodies too. And it can sometimes contradict itself, because we know sometimes we don't eat like we're supposed to eat.
100%.
You feel what I'm saying? But the joy that you get when you're around people that enjoy what you enjoy kind of makes it easier, don't it? That's not good, because, you're eating terrible. But
for sure,
in reality, that's just what we tell ourselves, because you enjoy the fish. I'm allergic to fish.
Mm-hmm. Really? I see. Didn't know that.
So the fact that I can give you something that I can enjoy gives me joy. You feel what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, man. And like we said, you can get philosophical and deep if you want to, but in reality, it just is what it is.
It is what
Everybody has to eat, and they're gonna eat.
Why complicate it?
Why complicate it?
Yep.
Bro? Whatever you're gonna eat, you're gonna buy it from somebody,
for sure.
Unless you're gonna grow it.
Yeah, that's true.
But let's talk about it, because we should grow it.
Yeah.
That's where it was real personal back in the day when the diners were a thing. They had farms that they could choose from. People bringing vegetables, or people, just contributing to the cause. Like, oh, you need corn, you need grain, you need whatever. Cool, because this is a community thing. The whole community comes here and pulls in, so that way it's a big output for everybody. You got corn, you got this, you got that. All right, cool, we put it all together. You have this. My grandmother had the recipes, and she had two grandsons that had young bodies and strong minds, and here we are. We had good parents, we had a good upbringing, and it was just, like I say, nothing short of a blessing, bro. You can't put it in words.
Yeah.
You can't.
You guys dreamed it, and now you're achieving it.
Here we are.
Yeah,
here we are.
So are there any big plans for Nanny's in the future? Or,
Yeah, I'm sure we got some stuff in the works.
Okay, gotcha.
Nothing crazy, you know, but yeah, we got some stuff.
Just stay tuned type thing.
Keep it simple, man. Like we said, we don't want to bite off more than we can chew. We not them kind of people, man. We want to make sure that everybody is satisfied with the business that we conduct. You know what I'm saying? Anything other than that, we definitely just want to do good business and keep the connection strong. So as we grow and expand our life, you know, because JJ do his thing with he got a daughter, you know what I mean? He's a dad first and foremost. That's a big responsibility. That's not something you take lightly. That's you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Running a business, a dad first and foremost. You got somebody that depends on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what matters. Family's what matters, because it got to go on. We'll have kids one day. We have to impart these same things into them and make sure that it continues. Whether they run in a restaurant or not, I need you to have these basic rules of respect about yourself. So that's what I take pride in, and I know that that's what sustains us with this. You feel what I'm saying?
Just because you have that discipline. Yeah, you know how to treat people, like you said at the beginning. Yeah,
how we treat people, and that's the blessing, man. Because as I've traveled, you know, I'm only 24, but I've been a few places. You know what I'm saying, in the States, and you don't get treated good everywhere.
For sure,
you don't get treated good everywhere, regardless the color of your skin. But we all know that plays a factor in places too. You can't be naive, but at the same time, I've seen it on both ends. So hospitality is a lost art. It's a very, very profitable business. Hospitality is a very profitable business, but it's a discipline and it's a practice. It's not something it got to be in you. It can't be taught. I'm gonna be honest. That's just how I feel. I don't think hospitality can be taught.
You can't train it.
It's an instinct.
Okay, I understand.
I want to treat you better. I want to make sure that you know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that anywhere else. You feel what I'm saying?
I do. I 100% understand it. Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse is Texas Roadhouse because you don't know if you're gonna get them rolls anywhere.
Yep.
You can cook a better steak,
right?
But them rolls is dangerous.
Yeah, that's what gets you there. Yeah.
That's all it is. Just finding your niche, finding that, and as long as it's intangible, there's no competition.
Yeah. Man, I love what you said there, where it doesn't matter, you know who you are, what you look like, right? That you're going to be treated a certain way. So that's kind of nice thing. Everybody, you have all these people coming in your restaurant right here in Deering.
Yes, sir.
All different thoughts, all different. We all look different, right?
Yeah.
But we all come here for one thing: good food.
Good food.
Yep.
That's it.
No, I love that, man.
Yeah, man, and that's the glue. That's the nucleus. That's the target. Nothing more, nothing less. You hungry? You came to the right place. Sit down and eat, and then go ahead and do what you got to do. Cause you got things to do. Came here because you wanted to be satisfied. You don't have an hour, 2 hours to wait, but you also don't want nothing that's gonna make your stomach hurt. You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
So that's the goal. Good food, profitable. You know, I mean, just good food and hospitality, man. That's the end all be all, bro. Man. Like I say, just grateful, man. I can't find no other words. But ultimately, bro, I thank you because you taking the time out of your day to just consider what we doing. You know what I'm saying? To be a trailblazer, you know, in this industry around here. I can't wait to see what happens because you was on the radio. Most people don't know that, but I know that you was on the radio. You feel what I'm saying? And I remember, you was in there on the radio. Yeah, bro, you was on the radio. I remember that because we came on in high school a couple times with Stauffer, and then we would do it.
That's right. I forgot all about that. Yeah,
you know, me and Maddie, and then there's some other people. Student council. You know, of course, Stauffer picked us up, but yeah, man. It was, you've always, me personally, I thought you was going to be a meteorologist. That's just me though. Cause I was like, man, Tanner has that. He has that stance about him. Like, I can see you reporting the news. Like, yes, you should be on Channel 6 and whatever else. Podcasts, exactly. So, bro, I'm proud of you, man. I'm grateful that you even considered us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't even know you interviewed JJ. So yeah,
Right,
that's
we
what's
chatted for a
up.
while, yeah. So, but no, you like you said, you guys are friends. I mean, shoot, I'd consider you family.
Yes,
so
sir.
if anybody
Yes, sir. We
asks, I'd say,
family.
yeah, that's my
Yes,
family.
sir.
So,
I mean, I'm a referral. Yeah. Whatever
So-
you need. You want to get your business out there, you need to interview and you need to hit up Tanner first. Because he's a local, first and foremost, and we support our people. Period.
But no, shoot, and you guys do such nice stuff like we talked about for our friends and everything.
Yes, sir.
You know, I can't think of his name. Noah is his name. You guys raised money for him when he got in a car wreck, couldn't go
sir.
to graduation.
Yes, sir.
Tyler, our good friend, good
Yes,
mutual
sir.
friend. I mean, like we said earlier, wonderful guy, always
Yes,
nice, always happy, lifting other people up.
Yeah. And
You
Ken,
just-
and the young lady Mackenzie, our family BJ, yeah, his daughter passed away. And yeah, man, it's just a blessing to be able to be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? To be able to know that people can call on you to do something that is intangible. All they want is a good meal. That's it. And you'd be surprised how far that goes with people. Sometimes they don't want no money. I'm hungry and I want this specifically. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? I just need a burger, or I need some fish, or I need some chicken, or I need some dressing, or whatever the case may be. Whatever we can do, man, that's the goal. Good hospitality, man. That's all.
So, what advice you got for somebody? Anybody watching this? What advice you got for them?
Man, stay gratitude over attitude, and write the vision and make it plain. Like, don't deviate from the plan. Write the vision, make it plain. Stay grateful. That's
Awesome.
it.
Yeah. I don't think you can
bro.
say it any better. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, bro, the tailgate. I feel like we should tell that story.
All right.
I need to laugh. I need to laugh.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the story. So you already said we was.
So basically, the lesson to learn here is pay for the extra storage if you know you're going to need it. When you know you're going to talk to somebody, you know you're going to record it for a while, pay for the extra storage. Because what happened is my device with all the memory, not all the memory, with the good microphone ran out of all of its memory. So I was just recording basically through the camera without a microphone, which, it's ridiculous, but they're not very good. So anyway, I'm gonna play the rest of the interview. It's a pretty funny story. Sip really wanted us to talk about it, and I kind of forgot about it. But it's a good story. It's funny. I mean, it was a good memory me and him have had for years. I had forgot about it. He brought it back up. But basically, it's a story talking about shooters shooting. Man, you gotta spit that game when you get the chance, and that's what TG Smooth do. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the story. So you already said we was at the tailgate at the CCC Ravens game, and we're walking into the game. I don't know if I was there or what. How?
So we were going to go to Neil Wall, I think.
Yes, sir.
But your family was tailgating. You said, come to the tailgate, let's hang out, we'll eat.
This is after the game, though, right?
Probably.
I think it was after the game because they was cooking the whole time. But either way, go ahead. You tell the story because it's funny.
All right, and then you can just interject. You can stop me. So I remember we go to the football game.
Yes, sir.
Your family's tailgating. We go to the tailgate. We eat. We either go to the whole game or the game for a while.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, let's go hit up Neil Wall because somebody was playing there, some sort of concert.
Yes, sir.
We get there. There's a band playing, but then we find out we had to buy tickets to go to Memorial Auditorium or whatever.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, well, shoot.
Yeah, we just walk around.
Yeah. So we were just chilling like always. And then we're like, shoot, we're in Independence. We got to go to Dairy Queen, right? We don't have Dairy Queen coffee.
Don't have that. That's the rule when you out of town and you traveling with coffeevillians. Our only rule is we do not eat what we have in coffee. That is the law. That is the rule. And I said it.
Yep. I agree with you 100%.
Well, nothing that I got in Coffeeville when I'm not in Coffeeville.
Yep. So we pull up to the window, and I do how I was doing. I said, they go, well, Dairy Queen, blah, blah, whatever. And I said something along the lines of, I don't know what's good here. And there's like silence, and I'm like, all right then.
He said, all right then, and then we drove off.
So then when we get up there and we order, there's a chick who's our age.
Yeah.
And gives us our ice cream, all that. We go to leave. And I was like, hey, she's pretty cute. I think we can go back and ask for
Right,
number.
and she was, yeah.
So I do. Put the car in reverse, like any sensible person would do, right?
Right, you was a man. Yeah, you
Yeah.
stood on business.
So I remember backing up. And she was really dry, was the other thing I remember. She was like really just not super friendly. So we back up and I said, hey, you want to go ahead and give me your number? And just in the most, like, she says, something like, I have a boyfriend. And so I hit the classic line then, I go, all right then. Roll out the window. Yeah. And I forgot we talked about you recorded.
Oh, I recorded that and I laughed so hard. Boy, that was funny. Because I think I was laughing because I didn't think you was going to back up and really say that. Because we stopped. Like, it was a conversation in between you getting the food and us backing the car up.
That's right.
So that's what triggered my entertainment. Because I'm like, oh, he's serious. I thought you was just kind of, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh, he's dead serious. Boy, that was funny.
That was funny. I forgot we did stop at the driveway. I was like, I want to back up.
Lord have mercy. That was funny.
That was.
But like I said, once again, you took advantage of your opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity was there. You was grateful for it because you was aware. You was like, this is you know what I'm saying? You felt like she was something that you could, you know what I mean? You could get with. Boy, sometimes that's how it be.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta take your L.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, it's okay though, bro. Hey, because here we are. We can laugh about it now.
Yeah. I told my friend, I remember we were at Pitt State talking, and
Boy, that's funny.
we were saying something about, I don't remember. I said, you ever heard of this guy named Kobe Bryant? And they're like, yeah. I go look how many shots he missed.
He missed a lot of them.
Yeah. But he still looked great.
Truly.
Oh, yeah.
I seen the stat on Steph Curry that's like, he had like some astronomical amount of shots and he was only made like 30% of them.
Right.
And they was like, imagine making 30% of upwards of probably 250,000 shots.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good ratio.
Like still,
you've got muscle memory at this point.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I think that's what it's about. It's reps.
For sure.
And that was a good rep. I feel like we both learned.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You learn from that. Some people you just gotta let it be that.
Uh-huh.
just keep driving.
Absolutely. Roll up the window and drive on.
Boy, that is funny.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that until this day.
That's funny.
Now I'm gonna laugh at that for a couple of days now. That's
See,
funny.
I forgot about that part. I was going to talk about the tailgating the food, but you remember that. That's what's funny.
That was funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, bro, again, I'm grateful. I thank you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to see what this looks like. I really do. I'm excited because I don't talk to nobody.
Right.
I ain't never did this.
Yeah.
You're the first person that's probably gonna put it out to the public. So
For sure. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get it posted in a couple days, and it's Nanny's Deering Drive-In,
yes, sir.
Deering, Kansas, right
sir.
across from Deering Christian Church.
Yes, sir.
Stop by
Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 2 p.m.
All right. Cool. And if they have special requests, they get a hold of you at what number?
620-948-3802.
All right. Sweet. Well, thank you very much, Seth.
Take care, bro.
Yeah.